Alright everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Run and Bun. Today we're gonna do Vito pretty much. We're gonna get all the way up to Vito and then finish with him. It's just a rival fight, really fun, Mega Aggron. And yeah, so let's get right into the first battle. Honestly, this wasn't even a very good cook. Fake Out into Iron Head always kills the Surpluff. And then on the Licky Tongue, we can just low kick, pick up the KO. Appleton comes out. Go out to Corviknight, who can just Drill Peck twice to take the kill. Alcremie is last, and for this we can just switch into our Dreadnought, who can safely 1v in this with 2 liquidations, switching in on the Mystical Fire as well. So yeah, super easy fight, and honestly I just cooked it super fast because I was doing a lot of fights at this time. Next is Ninja Boy Lung, and this is a pretty easy fight. Leads Viper with the Shucka Berry, but we don't really care because this can't touch us, so we're just going to click Stomping Tantrum once and then twice. Greninja comes out, we're going to need to do some pivoting here. We're going to switch to Magneton on the Acrobatics, and then on the Fighting move, we're going to switch into our Luxray, which did get crit, so we do have to switch out now. But from here, we can 1v1 with our Corviknight, because it's most likely going to use a Fighting move. Eventually, it's 50-50, and there you go. So we take that kill, and last in the party is a Selgor, and this always wants to click Final Gambit, which always just does as much damage as HP that you have, and it can never crit, so it was always safe to go into Victory Bell there. Next up here is Rich Boy Santos. Leads with the Ninetales, and I'm held Chesto for this Hypnosis, and then we can Bulldoze to lower the speed by 1, and then another Bulldoze to take the kill. And I do mess up here, I'm not gonna lie, so I switch into Magneton on the Ice move, and for free to Corviknight on the ground move, and then I go for 2 Iron Heads, and I don't realize that it was faster than me, so it sets up Stealth Rocks, and this means I have to dodge a crit now on my Flygon to lower his speed and just to give me any sort of fighting chance in this fight. And luckily we're the GOAT, so we don't ever have to worry about it, but yeah, we almost lost our Flygon here, which would have been really bad because he's kind of important up to Magma Hideout. But, you know, we don't get crit, so we can switch into our Talonflame on the Solar Blade, and from here we can just outspeed and take this kill. And then last is Typhlosion, which just gets full walled by our Dreadnought. Always wants to click Eruption, and we can just lower its health. Okay, we have, I think, 4 more fights until the Vito fight. And this one is a double battle, and it's actually a really good cook. Probably one of my better cooks of this video. So we lead our Lilligant and Caracosta, and we're not actually going to even protect our Caracosta right away. We're just going to switch it immediately out to Claydol. We're going to take this kill with Leaf Blade on the Bruxish. And since we had Caracosta in originally, Scrafty's going to close combat our Claydol. So now Bisharp comes in, and right now Bisharp sees me getting a fast kill on it with Brick Break with Lilligant, but we don't care about that right now. So we're gonna Leaf Blade the Scrafty, and we're gonna switch out into our Houndoom, because Scrafty always wants to go for a Dark move onto Houndoom, and Bisharp always will click Sucker Punch because it sees it dying to a fast kill. So now we can get a Leaf Blade off. This is just gonna chip it so we can kill it next turn. So the Citrus Berry pops, and this is going to be knockoff into Houndoom. So from here now, we can take a fast kill on Scrafty with our Lilligant, and we can also take a fast kill on Bisharp with our Houndoom. And this is going to set up a, because in the back left is a Shadow Tag Gothitelle, and we don't have any Shed Shells or anything like that, or Ghost types even at this point in the game. So I had to set up a scenario where the 2 Mons that are in can always kill the Gothitelle. So there goes the Scrafty, and then Flamethrower is going to come out, and this always kills the Bisharp as well. So Bisharp is dead. And then last, like I said, is Gothitelle with Shadow Tag, and we can always just click Leaf Blade into Dark Pulse, will always kill. So yeah, I mean, this was super quick and super good and efficient cook here. We're risking nothing. Leaf Blade, Citrus Berry is going to pop, but it doesn't matter. This range always dies to a Dark Pulse. And that is GG's there. Okay, this one is like a super easy cook. We kind of just cooked the AI here. Scyther wants to always U-turn, so we're gonna Thunderbolt because we know it's always gonna go out into Talonflame. Talonflame always just dies to a Thunderbolt. It's pretty free. Tauros comes out on a close combat. We can switch it to our own Talonflame, eat the CC, and then from here it wants to Body Slam, so we're gonna switch into our Corviknight. We're gonna switch into our own Corviknight on a Body Slam. We're held Cherry Berry just in case it paras, and then we can just Iron Head twice, which will always pick up the KO. We're only dead to double crit. Scyther comes back out, and this just gets fully walled by our Magneton again. So it's a 3-mon line, and yeah, there you go. This is like another brainless cook, and this is gonna be the last one of the video. One shot the Golurk, and we can 1v1 Flapple with our Corviknight spamming Drill Pecks. Vito comes out, and this just will lose to Houndoom every time. It should be guaranteed to agility here. Yep, we never die to crit. We can always Flamethrower. This is a range to kill, but we miss it, and it doesn't matter though because we can just Sucker Punch, pick up the KO. This is the last fight before Vito, and this is probably the best cook of the video. We lead with our Caracosta and Torterra, and we're just going to protect an Earthquake here. So both sides see kills into the Caracosta slot, and there you go. And we're just going to launch an Earthquake, which won't affect the Staraptor, but it will take the one shot on Raichu, and obviously I protected my Caracosta, so I'm not taking any damage there. So right now, incoming is going to be Marowak. And Marowak also sees a kill, but it doesn't really matter. The Staraptor is always clicking close combat into the left side, so we can go into our Claydol, which 1 resists the close combat, and 2 is immune to Earthquake because of the Levitate ability. So we're going to launch another Earthquake here, and this is going to always pick up the kill on Marowak, and it's never going to do anything to Claydol, obviously, because we're Levitate. So Earthquake comes out. Dodge, and this always takes the kill on Marowak. And then last on the right side is Rhyperior, and Rhyperior obviously quad weak to grass, so we're just going to take 3 kills right away here with Torterra. But the cool part too is we're also going to switch back into Caracosta on the left side because Staraptor always sees a dual wing beat or a double edge. So dual wing beat comes out. This never ever kills, even if double crits. And we're faster than Rhyperior, so we can launch a Giga Drain, and this also always picks up the KO. So this is now the right side is completely dead. Staraptor once again sees a kill with close combat into the Caracosta slot. So we're just going to double switch here into both our flying types. We resist close combat with Talonflame. The defenses are going to drop, and then we can just double attack into the Staraptor to pick up the KO. And coming in next is going to be Gyarados, probably, because it's looking at the Corviknight slot. So here we're just going to Acrobatics and Drill Peck. This will always kill. The Wing Beat comes out. We don't really care. Drill Peck. And then now Gyarados is going to come out. And this Gyarados is always going to see a kill on Talonflame, never Corviknight, and it's going to be a water move into Talonflame. So what we can do is we can switch out into our Lilligant, who's a grass type. We'll resist the Aqua Tail coming in, and then we can also just chip with Drill Peck. So Aqua Tail comes out, not very effective. Drill Peck's gonna do small chip, not too much. And from here we can just launch a Leaf Blade, and we can also switch into our Caracosta. Leaf Blade's gonna do quality damage here. It's gonna go for the bounce, and since we don't know which slot it's gonna go into, we're gonna switch out into Corviknight, and we're gonna Rock Slide. Neither slot is ever dead here. Gets the crit, doesn't matter. Rock Slide should pick up the KO, and since we switch back into Caracosta, it's always seeing a kill on the Caracosta slot and never a kill on Corviknight. So we should just be able to switch right back into... Yeah, we're going to switch right back into our Lilligant on the Hydro Pump. Chip it to break the Focus Sash, and then we can take the fast kill with Leaf Blade. That was a super, super good cook there. And we're now in the next town, and we can do Vito now. Last fight of the video here. It's time for Vito. He leads with an Alakazam, and we're super unlikely to die here. We can just drill peck twice. We're risking double crit pretty much, and since it didn't get it on the first one, we're like always safe. 2 drill pecks always takes up the KO, and Crobat is always going for a heat wave, so we can switch in our pre-frozen Flygon. We can never get burned because we were pre-frozen, and now it's always going to click Giga Drain. We're just going to pick up this KO with 2 Rock Slides, and we'll be right around half HP. So there's Rock Slide number 1, and then it's going to click Giga Drain again, and Rock Slide number 2 is going to pick up the kill. Alright, nice. And I believe it's, what is it? It's Swallow in next, I think. Yeah, Swallow's out next. This is Choice Spec Swallow, always going for Boom Burst. So we can just switch in our Dreadnought. Resist, obviously, we're only dead to, I don't even think we are dead to double crit because we are Citrus Berry. So this is never a risk. And, oh, I'm sorry, it's Life Orb Swallow. But anyway, we take the kill with Rock Slide. Breloom comes out. This gets fully walled by our Talonflame. Going for Mach Punch, it can't really do any damage. And since it sees that we always kill it, it's just going to spam Mach Punches. So we're just going to fish for Flame Body procs, which we get right there. And we're going to stay healthy with Roost. And then we're going to take the kill with Acrobatics. I debated clicking Tailwind here, but it wasn't in my line, so there's no reason to go out of the line if your line is riskless already. So we're just going to click the Acrobatics. Mach Punch comes out. You're going to do minimal damage, and we take the kill. Out next is Crawdaunt. Pretty similar strategy here, actually. It always goes for Aqua Jet, and I'm faster and always see a kill, so it always sees it dying, so it's always going to click Aqua Jet. So I can just stay healthy right here with Giga Drain, and this is really, there's one roll that doesn't kill here, so I should be on full HP after this. Giga Drain comes out. We missed the range. Alright, we missed the one roll. That's fine. We can synthesis up. Giga Drain once. Not a big deal. And the last is the Mega Aggron, which we can actually just safely 1v1 with Torterra. So we're going to start off. We're never dead here. We're going to click Earthquake. And it saw it being dead, so it can never autotomize here. Because it judges based off of normal Aggron on the first turn. And that crit doesn't really matter. We're always killing it in 3 hits anyway, and unless I crit again, we're not going to kill it this next turn. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just spam Synthesis until it autotomizes. It's super likely to click Autotomize one of these times because I'm just like slowly gaining health. There's the Autotomize. And from here, we're never dead to 2 attacks, and I always kill in 2 attacks. So the only thing we're risking is like 1 in 3 chances at flinches, which doesn't get the first one. And now we just need 1 more hit to pick up the KO. And it's 1 in 3 to click. Yep, there you go. Body Press. It was 1 in 3 to click Body Press, Iron Head, or whatever the last move was. So that is a pretty much riskless Vito there. And yeah, super quality line. Next video, we're going to start off with all the encounters that we're going to get here. I think we get like 2, 3, maybe 4 right away. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.